right, coming up on the program, by the way, before we're out of here, Steve Dahl is here. He is the purveyor of the podcast, the Dahlcast, not just the podcast. There's more than one podcast, but only one that counts. It's the Dahlcast.
That's the main one.
Dahl.com. And then coming up, a guy, a man who ended up finding $1.5 million in his bank account.
Really?
Yeah. And what he did with it. Now, it was a bank error. And he knew
They're going
it.
to want that back.
Yeah. Well, this has a very interesting twist to it. Speaking of interesting twists in legal cases, Anita Alvarez is on the Super Celebrity Hotline, the state's attorney of the County of Cook. Thank you very much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure to see you, to talk to you, to be in your presence. Now, all right. Now, first of all, let me just a little bit of news off the top here. I got a lot to ask you, but the first thing is you in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court came back with a ruling yesterday, not the one everybody was waiting for, but one that you had actually argued before the Supreme Court, right?
Yes, but it was a ruling I was waiting for, and it was a ruling that we wanted. I argued the case back in December, and it's an honor to do that because it's rare that a lawyer gets to go to the United States Supreme Court.
Do you get a plaque or anything for doing that?
No, you know what your parting gift is? You get a quill pen. They give you a quill pen.
Nice.
Did you look at it and go, what the hell am I going to do with this?
Well, that's like the World Series, though, for a lawyer, right? I mean,
It's the highest level
Super Bowl
you can go. It is.
And then you win. You won.
I did. So I know. I'm undefeated in the Supreme Court. Go figure.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. Suck on that.
It is pretty cool because I've been in that place just to just to see it.
Just
and
to look?
I was afraid to go to the bathroom there even. So standing up before the justices.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really impressive.
And because the justices wear robes, there's just holes in the floor. That's how they do that. Well, can you explain?
No, they have lovely public bathroom facilities.
Oh, yeah. No, the whole
right
thing
off the foyer
is very intense when you go into that deal. And so as you're standing there, and because you have a limited time to make the argument, it's not like a regular court.
No.
You have to stop when Clarence Thomas yawns, right?
There's a whole protocol you have to follow, and you got 20 minutes. I had 20 minutes, and you had to get all your points out. But once I opened my mouth and I said, "May it please the court," the question started. Wasn't even able to get to my points before Justice Sotomayor asked me the first question, and then the questions never stopped. And you kind of feel like you're a punching bag up there, and just got to field question after question after question.
So you had a whole prepared thing that you never got to?
I finally did get to it when the questions kind of died down towards the end, and then the light went on to tell me I had only 5 minutes left. So I was trying to hit everything I could get, everything that I had written down. But it really was an intense experience, extremely intense, harder than any trial I've done. I have to tell you.
Who was the toughest in the questioning?
Sotomayor was very tough. Justice Kennedy was, and of course Justice Scalia, because Justice Scalia is in a dissenting opinion on this case, so he's not on our side on when it comes to this issue.
Now this issue, and it's pretty. This is a pretty dark case, actually. This was a rape case here, right? In which the guy who was convicted of the rape made the argument that the DNA testing of this was not the analysis of the DNA testing was done in the court by an expert witness who did not take part. He was just reading the reports, didn't take part in the DNA testing, and so was arguing. Please check me if I'm wrong on any of this, but if and I know you will. Now the Supreme Court says you can, but it would change the rules if he had prevailed on this. It would change the rules for all expert testimony in the future of American court systems.
That
right?
The person who actually conducted the test would have to testify.
Right.
Well, it's not exactly how you explained it, but yes, what occurred.
Who was more wrong, Roe or me?
The DNA, the expert that we presented from the Illinois State Police Crime Lab is the expert who actually made the matched the sample that was taken from the victim on the night of the rape and to our offender's sample that was taken when he was arrested for a second rape. The issue was a confrontation clause issue, and the question was whether or not the defendant's Sixth Amendment right to confront all witnesses against him was violated because the initial testing that was done on the vaginal swab, on the forensic piece of evidence, was outsourced to a lab out in Maryland. And they extracted 2 profiles. They extracted a male profile, a female profile being our victim. At the time, our offender is not in custody. No one was arrested the night that this occurred. So when the Maryland lab extracted this profile, it was merely just a profile, a male. That was it. That's all we knew. It was unidentified. And subsequently, months later, he's arrested on another case. The match is made here in Illinois, and that's who we presented, the expert, to testify. Their issue was we should have presented the person from Salmark who
in Maryland.
The initial
Got it.
profile.
And that would have changed, and that could have actually been a very significant overturning the number of cases, right? Because
it would change the way we would have to present forensic evidence, because if they had ruled against us, for instance, in this particular case, it's not a matter of calling one more person. We would have had to call 7 more people in order to get that one piece of evidence in, and so that's the issue, is how we present forensic evidence. And so we're extremely happy with the ruling. We knew it was going to be close. We knew it was probably going to be 5-4 because the court is split on this issue, but we're happy it was 5-4 our way.
All right, Anita Alvarez, two more questions for you.
Do I have any outstanding warrants?
Yeah, does Steve Dahl have any outstanding warrants
that you're aware of?
None that I'm aware of.
None that you're aware of. She wouldn't be talking to us right now, Steve, if that were the case. You know, this U.S. Attorney's job is open. Are you interested?
I'm quite happy being the Cook County State's Attorney, but I do think it's an honor to just be mentioned to fellow Pat Fitzgerald, because he's been a great partner, a great friend, and I'm going to miss him.
Would you accept the vice presidential nod if it were offered to you?
No, I think I kind of want to be the manager of the Chicago White Sox. Go White Sox! I just want to get that. Before we end
for God's sake!
Go White Sox!
Yeah, there you go.
Just another one. I'm surrounded by.
I'm a season ticket holder.
Wonderful! Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I was a Cubs fan.
I'm a Cubs fan, but I will be there tonight. I'm court ordered to be there. Anita knows all about this. I was court ordered to be there. I was required by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to do it. All right, and can I just ask you very quickly? I know everybody's talking about the gang violence in Chicago. Is there anything that can you weigh in? Just is there something that we can be doing here that we're not doing?
Well, we're really excited about the governor signing our new RICO bill, because we think that this is going to be a good tool for us to try to attack the gang problem in a different way. And what that new bill will allow us to do is really attack the organization as a whole, the enterprise, as opposed to just, as I said, not just the individual soldiers, but trying to get at the generals, try to get to the guys who are calling the shots, who are calling these hits and making the orders. And so we're hoping that this is going to be a new tool. Well, it is a new tool for us, but we're hoping it's going to be an effective way to attack the gang problem, because, we're out there every day. My assistants are out there every day trying these cases, winning these cases, but obviously we still see the shooting and we still see the violence. So we're looking for new ways to tackle the problem.
All right, State's Attorney Anita Alvarez, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
And good luck.
Okay.
Good luck to your White Sox tonight, as far as you know.
Go Sox.
All right, whatever. All right, get off my phone.
Go Sox!